And today we're going to talk about how to tie your belts. Now, in karate there's two ways. There's a traditional way and a more modern way of doing it. I think the more modern way is possibly copied from Taekwondo, because Taekwondo definitely do it different to the karate way, and we'll talk about both ways in this video, because like I say, a lot of karate people these days do it the same as the Taekwondo instead. But the traditional way, okay, you get a halfway mark of your belt, just dangle it on your thumb or wherever, so it's about the same length either side, and that goes just below the belt, so just below your navel. Take it around both ways and back again. Now that will create a bit of a crossover at the back. That is a traditional way of doing it, but some of the more modern ways do away with that crossover at the back, which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, now before we come to actually doing the knots, something to bear in mind: the belt should be a shallow V shape. Okay, just a shallow V shape. Technique comes from the hara, and you really don't want the belt across the hara, and you don't want it tight because it'd be a little bit restrictive. So you want the belt, like I said, just a shallow V shape coming down, particularly for men. Not quite so important for women because the hips are built differently, obviously. But basically a shallow V, and you want the belt to be loose fitting. When you do the knot, you want the knot to be tight, but the belt itself should be, loose fitting around the hips. Okay? So having brought the belt around the front, the part that's in front, that comes underneath, okay, both parts of the belt. One of the mistakes you sometimes see with beginners is they'll just take it underneath the front parts and then you get two parts. Okay, you don't want that. Sorry. You want to make sure that the belt comes underneath both parts. Okay. Then this one, you're just taking it through. Take it across the other way. The other one comes to the outside and through the hole. It's basically a reef knot. For those of you that know a reef knot, this is a reef knot. Okay. Now that knot you want fairly tight, because you don't want it coming undone halfway through the class when you're moving vigorously. But like I say, the rest of the belts you do want fairly loose fitting. You don't want it tight around you. It'll be a distraction. It'll get in your way. Okay. So that's the traditional way of doing it. The more modern way, okay, which is the Taekwondo way, and a lot of karate people have adopted it, and basically it's a personal choice which way you go for it. You should have an idea how far the belt dangles down, so start there, okay, just pin it to your gi, your karate suits, take it around, okay. Oops. Take it around twice, okay. Now that makes it all flat at the back. We do away with that crossover that we talked about with the traditional way of doing it. So that's a little bit neater. Okay, now same thing, the one that's on the outside, the rest of the knot is just the same. One on the outside goes underneath and through, take the top one back, and the other one goes through into a reef knot. So that part of it is exactly the same. Okay, so whichever way you do it, it's personal choice. There's not really a right or wrong. Just if you want to do it the traditional way, the modern way, or of course if you do Taekwondo, then it is your traditional way. Okay, I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like and subscribe below, and check out the other videos on this channel. Thank you.